What's up, tankers, and welcome to another Armor Warfare review and gameplay video. Today, just one day after celebrating the 75th anniversary of the World War II end. So that explains all the garage theme here and all the fireworks you've just seen. So yeah, in today's video I'm gonna talk about the Korean Tier 10 light tank, the K21 XC-8. This vehicle is actually using the same hull as the Korean K21 IFV, the new AFV in the game, but its only modification being that the turret is replaced with the Belgium XC-8, which was supposed to produce more fire support, and what actually does in this game currently. And it's doing it pretty good actually. It's a very good fire supporter. It's a light tank. You can obtain it through the Oscar Faraday line. After you get the Sprat, you get the option to go to for the Cornet or the South Korean light tank. So yeah, this tank is a pure light tank definition. It has good rate of fire and good flanking potential, mixed with very good mobility and good camo, which, by the way, you don't drop out of camo when you're on the move, you just drop camo rating when you are shooting. So yeah, all these things combined are all my expectations from a light tank, if you ask me. It has an 3.7 reload time, with a 530 alpha, average alpha on the shot. It does not have any armor except like maybe here. I guess it's let me shoot with yes, yeah, maybe here when you are facing him, like I don't know, just in a straight line. You don't want to shoot this part. It's 380 millimeters strong. You can shoot its turret. As you can see, it basically has no armor, especially if you're shooting from, I don't know, an upper position or something of a hill or mountain. You can shoot it basically everywhere. So yeah, it does not perform good in terms of bouncing and ricochet shots. It has a very good mobility. It could actually use a little more top speed, but it's just fine. 85 kilometers per hour is just what you want to get. You don't want to get like insane speeds like the AFVs or something like that. It's just what you need to have. It's good acceleration. As you can see, in 1.5 seconds it's already to 32 kilometers per hour. The whole traverse is it's average to good, average to good actually. The only downside I found it to the mobility is that I find that its turret traverse is rather slow. So yeah, that's why I buffed it with turret traverse retrofit. I also used the acceleration retrofit and the engine hit points, because being such a light armor tank with no armor at all, you'll get most of the shots pen you, and especially those with heat or something, that those who use heat, they'll definitely do more damage to arena components, just like the engine, and you don't want that speed reduction. You want to do everything within your power to avoid losing speed when you're a light tank. Everything that gives a penalty to speed, such as tracks or engine, or I don't know. I also use the active thermal camera combined mixed with the vision range, the augmented optics, to get more vision range, plus 35 meters, and the spotting through camo retrofit. It gets me up to 475 meters of view range, which I also boosted with Miramon, my Juan Carlos Miramon commander. I'm really a beginner. I really just started grinding the Miramon, so yeah, that's why he is so pathetic in terms of upgrades. I'm just a chief warrant officer, so yeah, Miramon, I think it's one of the best commanders for this light tank. It also increases his view range if no friendly vehicles are within 25 meters. Yeah, you could say it's actually conditional, but 25 meters is actually quite a short range, so you don't get like that close to your teammates. I mean, you just get that close to your teammates when basically you are an MBT and you want to put for a fire line, but 25 meters is actually a very short range. Yeah, I intend to go for this line and boost my vision range even more with so it's what will like 5 and 5 and plus 5 will be like 15 meters also boost. And this is the instigator skill. It's also boosted as the commander raises up in rank. So yeah, also this is gonna be my last skill when it reaches his last rank as a commander, the special agent, which will increase the camo factor if no friendly vehicles are within 25 meters. So yeah, it's also nice boost to the camo, which is already at 42%, which is quite good actually. It's quite stealthy. So yeah, one thing I like even the best about this tank, it's cannon depression. It's just quite insane, man. You can climb a hill, you can climb a mountain, you can climb everything, you can just shoot the enemies and reveal just a tiny bit of your turret to the enemy. So yeah, it's the best. I don't know, it's minus 10 degrees as you can see, plus 20 degrees on elevation. It's really the best. It's so mobile, and I don't know, you can shoot at anything from uphill, everything. I mean, like everything. The spread on the shot is really good. It's like almost laser-like accuracy, as you can see. 0.061 degrees. I just didn't even want to boost it except for my crew skills. Which I improved my max spread by 5%, but other than that I didn't touch it at all. It's just good as a stock as it is. You want to leave it alone. Everything more, any boost to the spread there is just, I don't know, it's even gonna get you like just like 2%, 3%, even if it's even if it says like 6 or 7% on the retrofit or something like that. It will get smaller and smaller the less you have. So yeah, don't try to boost it even more. It's just fine as it is. It's just my recommendation for this tank. The aim time, as you can see, is insane. It's 1.4 seconds. You almost aim instantly. It's just, you can turn your turret, you can turn your hull. You don't need to worry about that. You aim just like that instantly. In terms of crew skills, I boosted my acceleration in the off-road terrain for my driver and the hull traverse, as you can see, by 5%. And for my gunner, I increased my spread by 5% because I had nothing else to pick. Maybe I should have gone for the cannon, but I don't know. The turret traverse, I also improved my turret traverse because I told you the turret traverse is a bit sluggish. So yeah, you want to take a bit of care about that. And other than that, what can I say? Let's get into the gameplay. Leviathan operation, yeah. I have like 3 tier 10 teammates, a Cat B, a T14 Armada, and an MGM TD, and tier 9 Vigilante. As you can see, this map is full of rivers and muddy terrain and marshes, and it's a very good proof that this tank performs really good on no matter the terrain. I managed to put one into the Bradley first shot of the game, and then the Armada. I get pretty risky shot here. If he manages to focus me, I will be shot. Also on this map, I remember that I had a really bad start on this map. As you can see, I had a noob climb right there. My turret was stuck into the terrain there, and I couldn't climb. I put some shots into the Bradleys on the cap from up here. It's no problem. Don't get spotted. But it was a bad start because I didn't notice that there was a 15 armada on my left. As you can see, I'm facing my tank backwards, so it's on my left. Only now I see that the 15 armada was the lieutenant there was the only one spotting me. I didn't realize who was the one spotting me, so yeah, I was quite in doubts. Also, my camo doesn't work out to counter his view range. You cannot counter the lieutenant's view range, especially if they are DDs or light tanks. No matter the camo, they will outspot you. You won't be able to hide unless you put smokes. So yeah, that's exactly what I did here. I put some smokes. I put one into the Bradley going for the cap, and then I decided to focus my attention back to the 15 armada here, just to secure my flank and then to take care of the cap. Meanwhile, the cap is being taken care of because there is a 14 armada teammate there and the MGM TD. Here is a very good proof of the gun depression of the tank. Look how I'm standing and look at my gun. No problem for me to put one. Here is another shot, a very good shot on the Bradley. I risk it a bit, but I was relying on my teammate, the 14 armada, that he will finish him off. Otherwise, I would have suffered the whole wrath of the Bradley's machine gun. And now I focus my attention back to the cap. I decide to go down there and take care of the Bradleys myself. Go in a bit of a brawling situation, which is not what I would recommend for this tank, but in these situations where you can show only your turret, and especially because it's a Bradley AI, I'm not worried about that. I take like minimum casualties here. I think it was like 300 incoming damage from the Bradley's machine gun. I finish him off and then go for the second phase, which is in the opposite side of the map. I also noticed the secondary appeared just too late, and I stopped. I thought stop a moment just to turn and get it, but then I changed my mind. It was actually a very long way to go, and didn't want to. I didn't want to be capped by the enemy AI. As you can see, there were like 70 seconds left, and as more they get to the cap, the faster the countdown will go. Here is an excellent proof of this tank guns depression. Look, I know where the cap is. I managed to put my tank into a shootable position, and I just pick from to pick up the hill just to reveal myself just a bit of a portion of the turret, and the enemy can't do anything about it. I just put one shot after another, but here I decide to just lose the heat a bit because I noticed there was some enemy AIs coming from the flank, and I didn't want to give them the opportunity to one-shot me, because I was actually one-shot for those guys. I put some smokes to conceal myself and put some more damage on the enemies on the cap. Last smoke here, and then I go for a reload magazine on the smokes. The Terminator was an overkill there. Someone else took it. The MGM just finished him off just before I shot him. Here the type as you can see, this tank works almost perfectly. It aims instantly, and you don't need to worry about hitting your enemies. It's laser-like accuracy, as I told you. Look at that. I aim instantly, I pick out one enemy, and poof, damage. Here the type is showing us his side. I don't want to forgive him for that. Also the PL does the same mistake, and I will do exactly the same thing for him and secure the kill right there. Here one shot left for the type. I decided I want to clear his era from the front and then let my teammates kill him. Here I'm preparing for the third phase. I notice all my teammates are here in my position, and I don't want to face the enemy straight on, so I decided to change my positions and let the enemy AI focus them, and I want to put some flanking and some rear shots on the enemy, as you can see right here, and also spot the enemies that are coming from the islands right there. That's the enemy AI spawn, so yeah, this is the position I want to go for. As you can see, some really good shots, and almost I ammo racked the T-15 Armada. I put one shot after another into the Terminator too. He just didn't manage to enter the cap, and he's already half HP because of my damage there. Here a bit of a weird shot. I want to go for the engine and for the track, and I had no damage, but it doesn't matter. The next shot finishes him off. And yeah, here I aim for the M1A3 ammo rack. I managed to put one into him, damage his ammo rack, but the next one he decides to turn his turret because my teammate there, the MGM, is spotted, and he is facing my teammate, and his ammo rack is in the turret, and I can't manage to do that myself, so the 14 Armada ammo racks him instead of me. It's no problem as long as the damage keeps rolling and frags keep coming. And yeah, I think this guy, and there's one last enemy left for this phase. And as soon as I realized that all the enemies are gone, I decided to change my position and prepare myself for the third phase. Here I try to blind shot the Bradley there, and the next one is I don't know, I guess it was a weird shot, but it was a miss actually. He was climbing the hill and I aimed a bit higher than I was supposed to. Last phase is on, and I change my position. Here I take this position to spot the enemies coming from this way, and also put good damage on the flanks of the AI here that are coming for the Aurora here in the center. I also use these bushes and these palm trees as a camo for my protection. Actually, the enemy is like 330 meters away, so camo isn't really a problem here. The only situations you need to worry about the camo is when the enemy is like 180 meters away from you, and yeah, that's a bit of a problem, and then you might want to use the foliage and the other environment camo to conceal yourself. Here I had like heat ammunition loaded for the 14 Armada, who was facing me straight on, and I felt, that's usually a mistake for me, I felt like lazy to change back to AP ammo and put maybe some 2 shots into him and get some more damage, except I chose to stay on the heat ammunition and wait for the enemy AI to turn his rear on me. So yeah, that's precious time and damage lost there. But nevertheless, I'm already to 35k damage, and also the last enemy AIs are starting to show off, and soon the game will end. Here the 15 Armada annoys me a bit because I realized that that was his rear and not his front. And I made a bit of mistake when shooting there, but he was like very far away and couldn't see the difference between front and rear. Here the Challenger is the last enemy, and he's behind that Aurora there. That's a pity. I want to put one into the ammo rack there into the turret, barely hits the ammo rack. Second one hits the ammo rack, but he's already on low HP and someone else takes the kill. And yeah, the match is almost over. There are probably 2 enemies. Yeah, that's the Terminator, then another enemy that's stuck here around. That's a bit of a bug that happens sometimes into this map. There are some enemy guys who get stuck in this map, and it's a bit of a hide and seek game. You must go and look for them where it's the stuck enemy location, and that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to take care of this part of the map and try to spot the last enemies. I don't want to go for the Terminator. He's already far away and my teammates were in the position to kill him, and by the time I will get to him, he will be dead already. So yeah, a bit fast forwards here. As you can see, I'm really cautious around the corners. I don't want to be spotted and be one-shotted for whatever enemy is left, and because I'm on 500 HP, that's almost one shot for almost every enemy left in this map. But there is an enemy, the last enemy, tier 9 Light Tank autoloader. As you can see, I wasn't spotted until I shot. As soon as I shot, I was spotted, and yeah, now when I'm one shot for him, he out reloads me, and I decide to put some smokes and shoot into the last enemy known position, and yeah, I managed to finish him off, and operation is over. Yeah, as you can see, the terrain is no match for this light tank. It performs absolutely brilliant in any kind of terrain. You don't need to worry about the terrain at all with this tank. So yeah, almost like 40k damage dealt, 12 enemy spotties, 10 frags, blue star, shooter medals, and 1.3k experience earned. Good game for me right there. And yeah, so yeah, that's the gameplay. It's a very good tank in my opinion. It's the tank you want for maps with forests and hills and rough terrains, where you can change your positions into a more suitable areas where you can put some long distance shots into the enemy rear and flank. It's not a tank for brawling. It's not if you want a light tank that's for brawling, you can go for PL or something like that, where you can use your turrets and unmanned turrets for that kind of stuff. But this tank is the only brawling situation where you want to involve in. It's like going to some flanking operations, like when your enemy is already engaged with your teammates and you want to go put some close range flanking shots. Yeah, that's excusable, I guess. But other than that, it's this tank is mainly your ghost tank, if as I like to call it. Yeah, it has a very good rate of fire in order to obliterate the enemy from long distances. I guess you can call it a camping tank and stuff like that, but it really shines where you are in maps with hills and mountains, where you can use your higher position in order to put some shots with using your superb, actually excellent gun depression into the enemy. So yeah, that's my gameplay and review video about the K21 Light Tank. And yeah, one of my favorite tier 10 tanks right now at the moment. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you on the next one.